I did want to just reiterate what's happening in regards to our axes when we're using some of the alignment properties in Flexbox. Here's a file that's similar to what we've been working on before. Once again, I have a series of containers with 3 items. Here's what my page looks like in the browser. What we're going to do is we're going to add the justify content property, and let's just go ahead and set this to flex start. Then I'm going to add my align items property, and I'm going to set this to flex end. If we save and we refresh, you can see that the items are going to appear at the beginning of the main axes, that's due to flex start, and at the bottom of the container, that's due to the flex end. This is aligning to the cross axes. All of these are working in the exact same way. Watch what happens if we change the direction of the axes. By default, container 1 is using the default flex direction of row. If I go ahead and change the flex direction on container 2 to column, and we save our page, you're going to notice that not only do the items now stack vertically on top of each other, the position of the items is quite different. Instead of appearing in the lower left corner, they now appear in the upper right corner. So let's just think for a minute what's happening. Justify content is aligning the items to the flex start, the beginning of the main axes, and that's why these items align over here on the left. In our second container, the main axis now runs top to bottom because we set the flex direction to column. The flex start is up here in the upper part of our container. Align items aligns items along the cross axes. So in our first example, the cross axis is running from top to bottom. So flex end is going to position the items at the bottom of the container. But when we flip the direction and change it to column, now our cross axis runs left to right. So the end of the cross axis is going to be here over on the right hand side. As you can see, it's important to understand how by changing the flex direction, we are actually changing the axes, and the same exact properties can have very different effects in regards to position. For my last container, I just simply wanted to show you the holy grail of centering, which is being able to align items not only horizontally in the center, but also very easily align them vertically in the center. I simply need to use both justify content center and align items center, and you can see how all of the items in the container are going to perfectly align in the middle of the parent element. So now you know that justify content does not simply work for aligning items horizontally, and align content is not for simply aligning items vertically. In certain cases that is true, but when the flex direction is set to column, you can see how justify content will not always be aligning items horizontally. In some cases it can align items vertically, and the same goes for align items. It doesn't always align items vertically. It depends on the flex direction, and in some cases it may align items horizontally.